Hey everyone, it's Kathleen. Welcome to Relatively Refined. It's been a while since I've been able to share a video with you, so I'm really looking forward to spending some time with you today. In today's video, I'm going to share a relatively recent thrift haul with you, where I find some very unique and vintage looking glassware that will probably end up at my daughter's home when she's ready to move in. In addition to the thrift haul, I'm going to try my hand at making Reese's peanut butter cup eggs for Easter, since it is just right around the corner. So if this sounds good to you, please stick around and join me in today's video. Like I said, it's been a while, and I'm certainly looking forward to spending some time with you. Well, I don't know about you, but my favorite Easter candy is the chocolate peanut butter Easter eggs, like the Reese's peanut butter cup eggs. And so I thought today I would try making my own peanut butter eggs, and with a little bit of a twist. Instead of having them with the dark chocolate coating, I'm going to use a white chocolate, and I'm going to attempt to make them look like robin's eggs, or that robin's egg blue with a little bit of speckle on them. So to start, I'm going to use 1 1/4 cups of peanut butter. You want to use the runny peanut butter. So I have the natural peanut butter that has the oil on the top, and you kind of have to hand mix it. I know some people think it's a huge pain. My mom can't stand it. But in this case, I actually prefer it. But also in this case, the recipe says to have the kind of peanut butter that is a little bit runny. So we'll put, that's 1 cup, and then 1/4 cup. And there's really no neat and tidy way to scoop out peanut butter from a measuring cup. So we're just gonna go with it. And I have a towel here so I can wipe my fingers off. To that, we are going to add 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar. This is all gonna get mixed together and then formed into egg shapes. So 1/4 cup confectioner's sugar, 1/3 cup of almond flour, that in there, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and I just picked this up on my way home from work. I pass a little sugar shack where they had their maple syrup, fresh maple syrup, just made this spring, out for sale. So I grabbed, what I get, 1/2 gallon. So I'm gonna put 1/3 cup of this delicious Vermont Gold. And then scrape that out, make sure we get all of that. And to that, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. This is Paula's vanilla. I'm going to guesstimate 1/2 teaspoon. And then just a pinch of salt. And I'm going to mix that up in my mixer. Seems to be all mixed up. Any lumps were removed. And the dough, it's kind of a stiff-ish mixture. And then I'm just going to shape them into egg shapes. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons to make each egg. I think I will use just a regular spoon. And then just using my hands, kind of roll it or shape it into an egg shape. So let's see, we'll do 1, 2. So I'm just gonna roll it between my hands, getting it first into a ball. And then once it's in a ball, try to do some sort of an egg shape. It's harder than it seems. Okay, so that looks to me like an egg-shaped kind of oval. And I'm going to put it on, I have it on a wax paper lined. You can use parchment or wax paper. I happen to just grab some wax paper out of the drawer. And what we're gonna do, once these are all formed and shaped into the egg shape, I'm gonna plop these in the freezer, actually, to try to get them pretty cold and almost frozen. They're not gonna freeze completely, because when I dip them into the chocolate, it just makes it a whole lot easier if they are frozen. The chocolate will stick better to the peanut butter mixture. So we're gonna keep going with that. I have no idea how many this makes, but so here you can see it made 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 peanut butter eggs, and they're pretty good size. So I am now going to put those right into the freezer. So while those are in the freezer, I'm going to mix up a little mixture that's going to be the speckles. I'm going to try to get some speckles to get the eggs to look like robin's eggs. So all it is a tablespoon of water and then a teaspoon of cocoa powder, and you just mix it together. And then I'm going to use like a pastry brush and just kind of tap it on there. So I'm just going to mix this up. This will be the speckles. It's pretty good. And that's just the speckles. So we're going to flick that onto the eggs once they're coated in the white chocolate. And for the white chocolate, you use 8 ounces of white chocolate and 2 teaspoons of coconut oil and mix it together. I'm going to use my There's one. This will help it to really harden into the peanut butter egg. And that just goes into the microwave and gets melted. And then once the peanut butter egg has chilled quite a bit, almost frozen, we'll dip it in once we have added a little bit of coloring to try to get that robin's egg blue. Okay, so I melted the white chocolate and the coconut oil in the microwave. And now to get the coloring, I have green and blue. And I believe, and I'm gonna check because you use 1 part blue, 2 parts blue to 1 part green. So 2 parts blue. So if I do 2 dots of blue, well, let me just see how dark this is because I don't know. Let me just do the 1. I mean, a robin's, actually no, I'll do the 2. 2 dots of blue, and then 1 drop of green. And then hopefully the end result is that robin's egg blue. Oh, and I think it is. It's like a bluish green. You can kind of see that it probably looks a little more green on the camera. It definitely looks blue-green in person. Yeah, I don't know, I think that's just about right. I might add a tiny more, like a tiny bit of blue. There, I think that's right. You can see it in there. And so when the peanut butter eggs are a little bit more chilled and practically frozen, we will dump them in this. I may need to microwave this again just to keep it melted and softened. And then we will try our hand at speckling them to look like robin's eggs. Okay, we're gonna try this by dipping these peanut butter eggs into the chocolate, the white chocolate and then let it kind of drip down. And they say to keep it on the stick there. Like I have like just a little bit of a long, it's like a cocktail stick until the white chocolate is almost hardened. And then you put it right back onto the sheet do thaw out, I can already tell that the peanut butter part is not nearly as cold and as frozen as it was when I first took it out of the freezer. So you have to kind of move quickly, which I'm not doing, but it seems like I have to let this also drip down. But it may be worth keeping the tray in the freezer and taking them out one at a time so that they don't soften too much. Okay, so here we have our dozen or 10 robin's eggs, peanut butter filled robin's eggs, ready for a little bit of that speckled look. So I have my pastry brush with just a little mixture of cocoa powder and water. And I'm gonna just kind of, let me get a little bit more. It doesn't seem to, I don't want the speckles too big. That's what's hard. And they did say this makes a bit of a mess, so we're gonna give it a go here. Okay. There we go. Some of it's getting on the eggs, some of it's getting all over the place, but let's do a little more. There, that ought to do it. And of course, got it all over my plate. Put the eggs on this little plate. And there you have it. Some peanut butter filled chocolate eggs to look like robin's eggs. So let me know in the comments what your favorite Easter candy is. This is definitely a favorite. I'll be curious to see how, if my family, how they compare to Reese's peanut butter cups, but they're a whole lot cuter. That's all I can say. It's been a little funny thrifting here lately. The Goodwills, our local Goodwills are doing being renovated. So they've been closed for a while. So I have not been able to go to the Goodwill. So anything I have here is from the local charity thrift stores, one near my school and one in just a few minutes from my house. So one thing I did find, and it's kind of fun now, I'm starting to pick up, I have pretty much everything I need. Occasionally I'll find something fun that I can use in my house. But my daughter's house, as it's coming along, it's kind of fun to start picking up things that might be cool for her to have in her own home. So I did pick up some glassware for her. She kind of, they're not in the house yet. The kitchen is just being designed. And I think there's going to be sort of a mid-century twist to it, a little bit of, kind of a modern look to it but still having some nostalgia to the 70s and 80s. And so I found these glasses, these wine glasses, and there were I think there were 12 of them for $20. Might have even been 15. And I just thought they were so cool. They're small in size, which is kind of nice, but that amber colored has definitely a mid-century feel to it. And they're really cool. And there were so many of them. So I did pick up those for her. And then actually today on my way home from school, I stopped at the store close to school and I found what I thought was one more. But as you can see, it's a slightly different, it's definitely the same company that made these, but I'm not really sure. This one is just a little bit different. I'm not sure what this one is for. If this is actually wine glass, I'm not really sure. I know my daughter could use them as wine glasses or water glasses. And then this one's just a little bit, still the amber, but a little bit lighter up at the top. But so this is a random one because there was only one at this store and it was 50 cents. So I did pick it up. At the same time that I got these cool glasses,
there was a set of 4 also for $20 of these really cool glasses with this clear glass handle. And again, they're that amber. Obviously, these came from the same person who donated them. And they're definitely old school, but I don't know what you would put in this. So if anybody knows, please drop a note in the comments. I don't know if they would hold warm or hot liquid, for like a hot toddy or a hot chocolate. I'm not really sure. There were only 4 of these, so I did get all 4 of them. But again, when you put them with the other glasses, it looks just really cool. So I did get those, and those I will give to her. Probably they may not be ready for, dishes until closer to next Christmas. So they may be saved for a Christmas present or maybe a birthday present. I also picked up, and I don't usually buy, I know Paula buys a lot of mugs. She just has a thing for mugs. I really don't, because although I have enough, and I have some that, like, my daughter is a potter, and so she's made some, and she hasn't done it lately, but when she was in college and after college and even in high school. But there's something about the color of these. And look, it's a petite little cup with a kind of a cool handle. Like, my finger doesn't really even fit in there, but and it has no marking on it. It almost has a Fiesta ware color. It's that periwinkle blue color that Fiesta ware had. But it was perfect. There were no chips or anything. And the handle, that was really cool. That sort of pointy handle with a little detail down at the bottom. And then this one was also there. This one's a slightly lighter color. So I don't know. Again, I do believe it's the same company that made these. But, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to use them for actual drinking out of, or I thought, they could look really cute with a little plant in it or a succulent or something. But again, I just got them because the color was really, really cool. This is like my mom's favorite color. And actually, she likes a very small, when she comes to visit, she likes to drink her coffee out of a small mug, and many of ours are actually really big. So this may be hers when she comes up to visit. And again, those were 50 cents. Like, I think all the glassware there is 50 cents. This was also 50 cents. And it looks to me like an umbrella stand. And it's, oh, I'm sorry, it was $1.99. No, I think it was half off though. It still has the sticker on there. It's one of those, there's a marking on the bottom. I forget what that ceramic, what that is, but it's an Italian ceramic company. And obviously it looks like an umbrella stand, but with the holes in it, it's a little, bud vase. So I thought that's actually really cool. And I just picked up. So I have not put any flowers in it, but so I will try it and obviously take a picture and let you know how it looks. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes in it. And I thought, I think it's Vietri pottery. I believe that's what it is. I can't read it on here, but I'm almost positive that's what it is. It even has like a number, 100 BG Italy. So maybe it's not Vietri, but it's definitely Italian. And the fact that it has a number, maybe it's something more than I know. So again, if you know what that means, please again drop that line in the comments, because it's always fun to learn more about the pieces that we collect from people who know more. And often a lot of our viewers know an awful lot about different types of pottery and dishes and things like that. So that'll be fun to put some flowers in for spring. I also got a couple of functional things, 3 really functional things. This little guy is, let's see, I think it's a chopper. So you take the lid off here, put your garlic or piece of onion or anything that you're chopping, put that back on, and then you just spin that and it chops it up. Nuts, I suppose you could put nuts in there and chop them up. I liked, again, the size of it. You don't have to drag out the food processor or anything bigger than that. And I can't tell who made this, if it's like a Pampered Chef type thing. They did happen to have a lot of Pampered Chef stuff there, so this very well could be from Pampered Chef. But it's just a little mini chopper. I haven't even washed it up. I just picked it up. So I'll wash it up and put it to use. I did get another Pampered Chef thing there. Let me show you. And I think it might have been Paula that just bought one of these too. It's one of the cookie presses. This was $4, and it looks to be in very good shape, other than it definitely needs to be washed. So it's got all 16 of the discs for the cutouts, and then the Pampered Chef. I had an old metal one, but this one's kind of nice that it's the Pampered Chef, the plastic. And it's got a lot of different things. And what I really thought would be fun is it does have I think it looks like a shamrock. So I'm going to make some St. Patrick's Day cookies, and I'll use the Cookie Press shamrock design and try to make some cookies for next week for St. Patrick's Day. Another functional item, and I've been really looking for one of these, and it needs to be washed, it's a little bit dirty, is just a watering can for indoor plants. So it's small, it's maybe 6 or 7 inches tall, 5 or 6 inches across. And I don't have a ton of indoor plants. I have a couple of, you can see behind me, the orchid. So I have 2 orchids, and I water the orchids. And then I have a small plant that one of my students gave me at the end of last year that's doing beautifully. So I would normally just pick them up and put them under the sink and run the sink under them. But I'm actually really excited to have this indoor plant watering container, and I like the spout on it, so you can really get inside in those plants and get them watered. So I don't remember what that cost. It was no more than $3, but it also actually looks nice, because I will keep this out in my house so that it's easily accessible. And I water plants once a week. I do it on Sunday. So that was a really good find. It will save me a little bit of hassle from taking the plant over to the sink, making sure it's not dripping out, and then putting it back. And the last thing that I got is really old. This was at the store near my house, not the school one. And again, it needs cleaning or something, but it's a little tray. And it has I think it's obviously not sterling silver, but silver plated. And it's got these 2 little, I guess they're perfume bottles that up here with the lid. And this lid, it looks like it should not come all the way off. There's like a little thing there. But how sweet. Oops. How sweet are those? And there's 2 of them. They fit in on the little tray. And then this piece in the middle, I have no idea what it's for. But again, I thought it was that's old. That is really, really old. And it's very cool. And it just needs some love and some elbow grease to get this looking good. So that will be a job that I will take this weekend, to see if I can't get it to look a little bit shinier, a little bit nicer. Because right now there's even some like corrosion or whatever, that blue, it's not rust, but it's that blue. So we'll see how it cleans up the bottom. I did not see any markings on it. It's heavy. It's obviously silver plated, but I think it will look really pretty. My plan is to just keep it in the guest room on the bureau as just a decorative piece. And then the glass pieces are fine. This has a tiny little chip in it, but I can clean up the little lids, the perfume bottle lids. So again, if anybody knows anything about this piece, it's definitely old. I'd love to learn more about it. And so if you happen to know something, drop a line in the comments. All right, that's my haul for today.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I know it was great to see Kathleen. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment. And if you're looking for something else to watch, here are 2 more videos from Relatively Refined to keep you watching until our next upload. All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you again soon.